Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to Nutshelled History. I appreciate your visit. Please make sure to go nuts on those like and subscribe buttons so that you can visit more often. Today, we are going to look at the Indian caste system along with its journey through history. As I do this, please know that I am going to do my best with the pronunciations. It is not my strength. The Indian caste system. Ancient, complicated, controversial, and about as easy to untangle as your earbuds after a long nap in your back. But don't worry, I'm here to be your cultural untangler. Let's start with the basics. The caste system in India is a social hierarchy that dates back thousands of years. It's kind of like the original social networking site, except you didn't choose your group. It chose you at birth for life. No unfollow option. Sorry. The term caste itself comes from the Portuguese word casta, meaning race or lineage. They showed up in India around the 16th century and thought, wow, this place already has a highly organized social structure. Convenient! But long before that, the Indian system was called Varna, a Sanskrit word meaning color, and it divided society into four major categories. 1. Brahmins, the priests, scholars, and teachers. Basically, the people with the books and the rituals. 2. Kshatriyas, the warriors and rulers. Think of them as ancient security and management. 3. Vaishyas, the merchants and landowners. If you wanted a good deal on silk or spices, these were your people. 4. Shudras, the laborers and service providers. The backbone of the economy, though not always treated with the respect that implies. And below these four, outside the system entirely, were the Dalits, once called untouchables. They did jobs considered impure, like working with leather or sanitation. Society basically said, thank you for doing all the essential work, and now please don't touch it. The irony was not lost. Now, where did this system come from? Glad you asked. The caste system is believed to have its roots in the Rig Veda, a sacred Hindu text written over 3,000 years ago. It describes the four Varnas emerging from the body of a cosmic being. The Brahmins came from the mouth, symbolizing speech and knowledge. The Kshatriyas came from the arms, representing strength and protection. The Vaishyas came from the thighs, representing commerce and sustenance. And the Shudras came from the feet, symbolizing support and service. And somewhere along the line, people took that metaphor and said, let's turn this into an actual social policy. Kind of like when someone takes a joke seriously and suddenly it's in the rulebook. Over time, these four categories were divided into thousands of jatis, or subcastes, often based on occupation or locality. Think of it like four basic pizza toppings that turned into 1,000 different regional specialties, except with more discrimination and fewer olives. So why was the caste system important? In ancient India, it gave society structure and order. It helped people know their roles, responsibilities, and who they were expected to marry. Yes, caste was tied to marriage, work, food, and even the neighborhood you could live in. Basically, it was like being sorted into a Hogwarts house, except there were no magic wands, just generational equality. And caste wasn't just limited to Hinduism, it seeped into other religions in India, like Sikhism, Islam, and Christianity. So even if your religion said, hey, everyone's equal, society would go, that's cute, now get back to your assigned group. But caste has also done tremendous harm. It institutionalized inequality, limited upward mobility, and created deep social divides. Dalits, in particular, faced and still face discrimination, violence, and exclusion. In rural areas, there have been actual signs that read, Dalits not allowed, like segregation-era water fountains in the US. But worse because it extended to temples, wells, and sometimes even shadows. India officially outlawed caste discrimination in 1950 thanks to its new constitution and the efforts of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, a Dalit himself and a fierce advocate for equality. Think of him as the social justice superhero India desperately needed. He helped draft the constitution and said, this has to stop. But of course, you can't just delete a 3,000-year-old system with a single law. It's like trying to uninstall Internet Explorer. Technically possible, but oh boy, it's going to resist. Today, caste still plays a role in Indian society, especially in rural areas and politics. Caste-based reservations, like affirmative action, exist in education and government jobs to help historically oppressed communities. Some argue these are necessary for fairness. Others claim they create new divisions. Either way, it's a hot topic, kind of like pineapple on pizza, except with far more serious consequences. In cities, caste is less visible in daily life, especially among younger, more educated people. But it hasn't disappeared. It just moved from the village loudspeaker to the Instagram DMs. Marriage, in particular, still tends to follow caste lines. Dating apps in India even have caste filters, because nothing says romantic like must match my family's traditional hierarchy. So where are we now? Caste is evolving. Activists, educators, and technology are challenging casteism. Dalit voices are gaining visibility online, in politics, in films, and in literature. There's resistance, but also growing awareness. Many young Indians are pushing against the system. Others are embracing pride in their marginalized identities. Change is happening, slowly but surely, like trying to microwave a frozen samosa and getting the center warm without burning the edges. To sum it up, the Indian caste system is an ancient social structure that began with a religious metaphor and evolved into a rigid social order. It's been used to organize, to oppress, to empower, and to resist. And while it's no longer legally enforced, its effects are still very real. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Society is complex, people are messy, and no one should be judged or confined by the circumstances they were born into, unless their family owns a bakery. In that case, please bring me cookies. There you have it, folks. That is the Indian caste system nutshelled. Thanks for stopping by Nutshelled History. Don't forget to go nuts on those like and subscribe buttons for me. What do you think of the caste system today? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, I'll see y'all next time on Nutshelled History.